Do you see the grout lines? See how they change? Right about there. Join me as I go from just changing the dog bed cover to deep cleaning my entire kitchen and patio in this full-blown if you give a mouse a cookie situation. I'll transform this kitchen from filthy to the cleanest it's ever been, all using non-toxic chemicals and good old-fashioned elbow grease. We're gonna replace this cover. So I'm gonna clean this wall and touch up the paint. Guys, I can't talk anymore. I have so much to do. I took Rilla's blanket outside just to shake it out, and one thing led to another. What if I blow it? I am obsessed with my blower, and if you were interested in learning more about my blower, I will link it in the description. I got it as a birthday present, and it's my favorite present ever. Then I sprayed some Force of Nature all over everything, including the dog bed, because it's an excellent deodorizer. I applied some Purity stain remover to the really tough muddy spots, and then put it in this tub to soak. Dawn from the Minimal Mom stripped her kids' blankets this way, and I've been dying to try it. Gross. Okay, guys, something happened, and I'm now spring cleaning. I saw behind my couch, Roomba's already going, so everybody just relax. Holy cow. We took the ruggable away. It's outside. If I'm gonna sweep, then I might as well sweep the entire house because the room is connected. And we have a dog and hair just blows. So I'm gonna move everything off the floor to sweep. Are you guys still with me? This is why you don't make a mess when you're tidying, but this was a special project. Look. He's having his lunch, and he's gonna have quite a fun spectacle to watch. And I'm using my broom to kind of loosen any dog hair or sticky crumbs that had stuck onto the tile. This is Rollo's area, so it's getting a lot of love and attention. Here is where Rollo lives, so it is really nice to use this attachment and get into all the nooks and crannies where the dog hair is collecting. We love the storage bench so much. We use it every day, but it is so heavy, and we never pulled it out to look behind it, and it's been about a year since we've got it. So there was a lot of hairs, a lot of dog hair, a lot of crumbs, and some artwork. So gross. We also had some mouse droppings back there because a mouse had gotten into our house right before we left to Hawaii, and even though we caught it really quickly, it must have gotten behind the bench. Pulling out the bench started a chain reaction, and I started wondering what was behind the refrigerator and the stove. So I asked my husband to pull the fridge out, and this is what we found. Okay, come on, look at blueberries and glass. I used my broom to loosen any cobwebs or dust that was clinging to the wall before going in with the vacuum. Clean the fridge. Now, let's see if I can get this grime off. Yes. I'm going to see what happened. Okay, it's coming off so easily. That isn't. I've been using Force of Nature since I put it on my baby registry almost 5 years ago. It's a cleaning spray that disinfects using just salt, water, and vinegar. It runs through a small machine to activate it, and it works as an all-purpose spray, deodorizer, and disinfectant. You saw me use it earlier on the dog bed, and you can also just spray and leave it to sanitize surfaces. The best part is it doesn't leave behind any toxic residue, so it's safe for pets and kids. If you want to try Force of Nature, check out the code in the description for a discount. Here I'm using Force of Nature as an all-purpose spray to wipe everything down and make the counters shine. So now that the chairs are at eye level and I'm thinking about them sitting on the floor that I'm cleaning so hard, here I am wiping them. I don't even know if this has ever been done before, and they definitely had stuff splattered on them, stuff that probably fell on the floor and bounced up all over the chair legs, never to be addressed until this day. How could I get behind the kitchen bench, get behind the refrigerator, and not get behind the stove? We moved in here 5 years ago. This has never really been done, and it felt so good to get in every corner of my kitchen. I apologize for the sound of cartoons in the background. I did use Bluey to babysit my daughter while I got this important cleaning done. I feel guilty about that, but at the same time, this is like a sanitary issue with that freaking mouse running around our kitchen, so I'm happy to get this done and over with. But seriously, it makes me question how people do it all. There's so much, and by the time you finish, you're just starting again. I'm vacuuming one last time, and that bag of baking soda is the sign that grout cleaning is happening next. So this amazing grout cleaning recipe that I've used 3 times now and love is just baking soda, dish soap, and hydrogen peroxide. Okay, I just put in the dish soap and the baking soda. Now I'm gonna do half a cup of that. By the time you've applied it to all the grout lines in the area that you're working, it's time to start scrubbing. This is my 3rd time doing the grout cleaning this way, and this part can get really messy. So what I did this time was I made sure I had a bunch of reusable rags, and I just used them to sop up the excess. Then I'd go wash them off really well and reuse them, and I went through like 4 rags, just getting the excess grout mixture out without spreading it all over the tile. Mopping's kind of fun. It's like kind of the fun part of cleaning because everything else is like decluttered and away and it's time to just clean. I actually like this. I'm just mopping with water to get any remaining mixture off the tiles, and then I'm gonna just mop with Force of Nature. Old me would have kept going all night, finished the entire floor, but I had to roll out of bed, feed the children, do all those things. So good night for now, guys. Good morning. Let me show you where we're at because there's a stark difference between where I cleaned last night and what needs to be cleaned today. So do you see the grout lines that look black? Look at Rollo's area. See how they change? Right about there. Now I need to just do under the table and all the way through my galley kitchen. So remember yesterday I vacuumed under there and I vacuumed under there. So I'm just gonna work on the grout and mopping the floor really well. I got behind here. That's your 19th one. Okay. It's not like too bad. I've seen a lot worse. And same with this, but there's a dead moth. So we're gonna clean these up with vinegar and salt. This is simply vinegar and water, and I'll allow the dishes to soak for as long as I can. In the back, I'm making more Force of Nature cleaner because I need to sanitize this entire area. And then I'm gonna see if my husband and my daughter can go pick up some paint so we can make this area a little bit better. It makes sense that dirt would be tracked in from a dirty patio onto my clean kitchen floor. So here I am decluttering and putting stuff away because I would like to get this area sparkling. My little son loves to help, but in this case I had to wash the mop head again, which gave me more time on the patio, getting crazy, and you'll see what I mean later. Who would have thought that changing the dog bed cover would lead me to weeding this patio, but here we are. I use scissors to help me get the dog hair out of the cracks and to cut any weeds away. This is what I'm talking about, and now I'm giving a full-on haircut to our bamboo fencing. This thing was put up by our handyman to help us because the dog next door barks and barks and barks if they can see us or hear us, so we were trying to put up some kind of visual barrier, hence the bamboo, and it sheds, as you can see, so picking it up was not fun, but it definitely made the patio look amazing when it was gone. I'm gonna wipe down the barbecue because it is filthy. It gets filthy very easily, but it definitely takes up a lot of space, so if it's shining, then the patio will look especially lovely. I hosed the patio off camera, sorry, but I had to drag the hose through the house. It was kind of wild, and we did it, and the patio looks amazing. What do you think? I'm gonna add salt. See, the bowl is disgusting. A lot of salt. Take this out of here. The bowls get really grimy and gross. They're outside all the time, so I do like to use disposable things like paper towels. In this case, I'm using a coffee filter, not a used one, but we have a lot of this one kind, and I foresee us breaking the thing before we're done using them. So I'm using them for cleaning. So I used it to help scrub. The salt acts like an abrasive. Then if you have this little mitt from the coffee filter, it just gets all the grime off really easily. However, tragedy is about to strike. I'm sanitizing the dog bowl cleaning area with force of nature when I shatter it in my own hand. You saw how much I used it today. It's my fault. Just polishing up Rollo's bowls, and then it is time for lunch on the patio with a fresh bowl of water. Rollo's almost done with his lunch. Charge this. Okay. Time to dry up the water and vacuum whatever came in last night. Dry up the water. As your decluttering coach, I'd like to offer you a tip. That is to put away your tools like I am with this vacuum right now during the project. So don't leave your space in absolute havoc. Put materials back so you know where to find them next time and your space isn't overly cluttered. And what I have been waiting for so long to get to, attacking the grout on the kitchen floor. The floor really bothers me. It gets dirty really quick with Rolo, with the kids dropping crumbs, just walking around, even though we don't wear shoes in the house. But it's also really important to me to have a clean floor, especially one without forever chemicals on it. So I was excited to find this recipe that uses just basic ingredients. Dawn to some people can be considered toxic, but you can definitely replace it with whatever dish soap you use. We only use Dawn for this purpose and this purpose alone, but I think I'll just try using regular dish soap next time now that I have this amazing tile brush. This grout brush really did make a difference. Thank you, husband, for buying it for me. I will link it. It really made the process so much faster and easier. At this point, I have become one with the cleaning products, and I am now myself a cleaning product, scrubbing the floor with my knees, socks, and everything else. And we are in the final stretch. This was so nice to see that I was almost done. I don't know why I dread this, because it really is not that hard. It's just kind of labor intensive and takes a while. Maybe that's why. Rolo scratches the paint off when he gets out of bed. Every time he gets out of bed, he scratches the wall.
Good thing we have lots of paint.
Good thing.
What do you think?
Yeah. I was so excited to get to this kitchen window. It's full of glass, but it's also super important, like a statement in our kitchen. So getting it all cleaned was really nice. And for the first time in forever, I got the top of the window on the outside. It had like little footprints from an animal that was able to balance on a slanted window, but you could see like a scratch as it slid off. What animal was it? Goodbye to the gray chair.
Angel's disgusting chair.
Although I wasn't done, especially hadn't done the reveal, it was time to get Rolo's bed ready for sleepy time and go to bed myself. Thank you for coming to the car wash. Please drive through carefully.
Going to the hot car, washing a hot stinky day.
What must be the 800th time I've cleaned this kitchen before doing the reveal. I'm gonna do it again. And then we're gonna do some finishing touches, and then you're gonna get to see this thing shine because I worked so hard. I love detaching the scrubber on the scrub brush and putting it in the dishwasher, even though I know it's probably breaking down the plastic. Ugh, can't even. Making my way around the kitchen, wiping everything down one last time, going to sweep, maybe mop just for the reveal. And then I'm just going to do a couple finishing touches and we're done. Unfortunately, I have to use Everspring all-purpose cleaner that we have as a backup cleaner. It's not my favorite, but we broke the force of nature nozzle, remember? And we have to do what we have to do. Our kitchen is not meant for Costco size shopping, so these boxes needed to be unpacked. They were living on top of the refrigerator, so I unpacked them, put some in the snack drawer, put some in our like backup snack cabinet right there, and broke down the boxes. Now I'm noticing the unruly supplements bin on top of the refrigerator, and I decided to take a minute and get out any expired products and put the rest back in nice and neat. I've cleaned every other part of the fridge, so might as well clean the dusty top, which was not too bad because I'd done that somewhat recently, but then the higher up I was, the more I started to notice dust everywhere. So much. So I grabbed some coffee the second I started getting overwhelmed, chugged it. I don't know, did that help? Maybe. Started cleaning the walls all around, and then realized that I was in over my head. My son took over the camera there for a second and kind of got sort of wild. I was washing the dog door, like the flap that Rolo goes in and out of because it gets so grubby. Look at it, though. It's so clean. And then he was just getting wild, and I realized it was time for his nap. And this is where we are at. Can't have it all, can ya? Gonna just use this because...
More.
Oh my God, this...
Let's do 10 more.
Okay, do it. Go. I broke the spray bottle, so I decided just to sanitize the mop bucket with the remaining force of nature, and I will order a new bottle and everything will be fine. Makes me really sad. Oh my gosh, Best Sister Award. I added these little pebbles to the dirt patches on Rolo's patio. So cute. Unfortunately, I can no longer support command strips. I used to swear by them, but they are no longer Chloe proof. All my pictures have been falling off the wall, including this one. So I had to get this back up on the wall, so I'm calling it a finishing touch, even though it was just repair. This is where it all started. This is where we got married. I'm gonna get a level. My little son has been so into the vacuum, and so he helped me do some vacuuming today, which was so cute. I'm gonna tape it now because this fell off the wall, so annoying. After vacuuming, I returned to see that the picture had fallen off the wall, took the command strips off, and did an old-fashioned job with nails, and it worked perfectly. I did use the command strips to secure these pictures.
Way better than the pretend mop.
Rollo's bed.
Yeah. I actually do want to go to a wall.
Do the dishes. Do the
laundry. Footprints in our house.
And the moment we have all been waiting for, the reveal. Here are some before pictures. So clean and fresh and white grout again. Why would anybody ever choose white grout? Everything was polished. I even got to the windows off camera. Hello, clean wall. Don't look at that. Are you guys ready to go outside and see the most beautiful dog patio you ever did see? Okay, let's go. So ambushed with debris and dirt and dog hair, and now look. Yep, he got a bone too. And his blanket, now clean, is hanging to air out whenever I remember to do that, the Nordic way. I hope you enjoyed today's eco-friendly cleaning video. There will be more episodes on this playlist coming soon because my house is gross. And if you're looking for us, we're still here. We are still cleaning because you cannot let a dirty dog go inside a clean kitchen onto a clean dog bed. Take care, friends. See you soon. Bye.